Hello, welcome to the What If Deku had an, a power of, like, kind of like Totem of Undying, but it's called Self Revival and Swap. Basically, he can swap two places or two quirks. And he also has a sister named Zoomy. Me. Here. So, in this What If, they were born. When Zoomy was born before Zuku does, then they went and had a quirk thing. Zuku had, or when they went to Zoomy and she has a fire manipulation quirk thing. And when they went to Zuku, he says, "Sorry, kid, you don't have a quirk, so better not be a hero." As he understands. So then Inco decides to drop him off. When he was just 4 years old, he had no memories of his mother. Because basically his mother erased his memories from, or erased her from, or, let me put it this way. She basically erased Zuku's entire family from his mind, so he doesn't even remember his own parents. Right. So, but I'm also going to throw in a power for him of like Doomsday, Thanos's Infinity Stones things, like power. So basically, he doesn't even remember who his friends or his family was. So he was gonna go to UA, like when he reached 15. But then when he saw his sister that he doesn't remember her, his sister totally forgot about him too. So they said sorry, or actually after the court thing, he said, "Sorry, Zuku, you can't join UA." But his sister does join the UA. But he, on the other hand, is not. So he's like, alright. As he joined, or he didn't join UA, so he's like, okay. As the days have gone past, and like, it's similar to canon, but it was Zoomy. Like, Zoomy was in Class 1A, and Zuku was, like, basically on the streets, just relaxing. action as he was he actually had a building, or actually he basically had a, or actually let's say he has a weird quirk thing, or like that shot him in the head, basically like pierced through his brain, killed him instantly. But homeless people are like scared. So he basically came right back as it was a gun. So he basically looks up and sees as he was picking up the getaway vehicle with just his strength, as he was super strong. Kind of like what Doomsday is, but he actually did say this word, ready? Or this sentence. Coffee table flip. As he flips the entire vehicle, it was all the way and landed all in all fours. Broke all four tires. And the villains used their quirks and shot at Zuku twice. So he came right back. Like, huh. That's super unfortunate. As so he basically, through the years, the villain or heroes saw him as a, like, who he is. As he looks at them and he just says, Zuku. My name is Zuku. He doesn't say Midoriya because Inco, I'm giving her a power of brain thing. So she also took away his name or last name. So basically, he is just called Zuku, as he trained a lot. So as he like jumps away before, as so they were like, okay, as so during the sports festival, or after, like, it's, that's why I said all of that is like similar to canon, but Zoomy is becoming a pro hero. But Bakugo, got kidnapped. But Zuku, as he says, well, Jezebel. I probably will help. As he went and walked right in, and it's been so long since seeing Bakugo. Bakugo doesn't even remember who he is either. So he's like, Now, I'm just helping you out, okay? As he became like, or he evolved his body into like that kind. So basically, he killed, or not killed, he bruised the League of Villains so bad that they wish that they were dead. As Bakugo was surprised that someone with that much power, as he was like, okay, good, now. And so then All For One teleported everybody and like, so All Might shows up and he grabs Bakugo and runs away, but then as Zuku saw what will happen, so he snap his fingers. It's like that those badass movie moves, anime ones. Ooh, the where people just like do what they do. So basically, Zoomy, or actually, basically All Might got defeated, and he almost got killed by All For One, as he says, now time for you to die here. As he swapped, or not swapped, of course, All Might swapped, or no, Zuku swapped with All Might, and so at the very last second, so he basically, like, he destroyed Zuku's head, as All Might was with a crowd watching, as he was like smiling, but then that smile turns into a frown, like, wait, what? As everybody sees it was Zuku, as he says, huh, coward. As Zuku, like, could hear that, so he basically transformed into who's a coward, as he says, so you're All For One, I heard. Now, I am Zuku. No, I am Doom Lord of the Swap. I have unlimited power at my disposal. As All For One went, oh, crud. Or actually, he smiles at him, saying, huh, you must be so powerful, Zuku Midoriya, or Zuku. With all that power at your disposal, no wonder why they don't accept you as who you are. Come, join us, and together we will destroy All Might, or destroy this pathetic town. As Zuku says, in his monsterish form, he says, no thanks. I would rather live my normal life without having to deal with people like you breathing down my throat. Or neck. Sorry. So he basically, or Zuku basically punched All For One, and all the way, like, you know those scenes that people, like, went from when they punch someone in, like, cartoons or anime or movies? They see, like, a skin, meat, bones, lungs, or, like, veins, and brain. Hing? Well, let's say All For One, un, or like a quirk. So Zuku decides to grab it. And, like, he says, no, bye bye. Boom! As he crushed it right in front of All For One's eyes. Or right in front of his face. As he throws it across. As he says, you are no long, or you are no more. As Eraser, or everybody saw how powerful he was. Like, huh. Back to my relaxing time. As Zuku, or actually Inco, saw what happened. She was like, when she saw what her child just did, only she remembers who her child was. But she took his memories away, so he doesn't even remember who she is. So basically, as her husband, and or actually she was tearing up because she couldn't believe that her own son is the most overpowered person in this what if. Basically, the most overpowered one. So when or not her father, basically she when he couldn't believe that her own son had that power, she was like, I can't believe I screwed up. As was with her was Bakugo's mother, as she tells Inko that nothing's your fault. As Inko says that, yes, because I took away his memories. So now he's unbeatable monster. As Toga even, like, when she saw how destructive his power was, she wanted to date him so bad. So, and he also has the power of the Flash too, like that guy. So he basically ran all the way out of there into like somewhere else. As he yawned. And he was pretty powerful. So everyone from the entire Japan was looking for him. Like Nezu was trying to look for him. All Might was trying to look for him. Eraserhead was trying to look for him. Because they know who, or actually, Nezu, or no, not Nezu, the government, or those two people, I forget they're called. I'll just say government, so don't worry. So, the government says we have to find him. He is the most important, powerful man in the world. If he turns to the villains, it's all over for us. As the Endeavor says, we don't even know who are we dealing with. Like, he is, we don't even know what his quirk is. As Principal Nezu doesn't even know that what is his power. So basically he was on a run from them for quite a long time. So Inco was also looking for her son. But they did not know that Zuku went into the sewers. Basically in the sewers. As he was grunting like as he was trying not to get super angry. So his sister, or actually, so one day, Muriel was walking with his friends as he hears some random noise coming from a sewer. Grunting, like, kill them all. As Sir Nine Eyes was with him at a time and ends up pulling the sewer out, and they went and checked. But Zuku was more of like that kind of beast. He's not brain dead, but he has an intelligence of super smart. As he was So then Sir Night Eyes knees says, Zuku, I want, or we want you back. As he turns and then looks at them like, you're those pro heroes. I could smell it on you. You used to go to UA. As he says, but you, on the other hand, you are still going to UA. And your name is Mirio, right? As Mirio, who was, says, yep, but how do you know my name? As Zuku says, it was your scent that gave me your name. So, as he walks away, all monster-ish, as he tells them that, why does anyone accept who I am, or who I was? As he basically went and he went to the overhaul base and he ends up killing all of the overhaul's goons and overhaul, and then he ends up going, he ends up saving Ares from overhaul, took her to the underground, or to the hospital thing to make sure that her wounds are healed. As so, the dragon lady says, well, we can't do this. We must find if Zuku. So then, at the doctor's office, so Ares got in, and she got her body got healed up, as he. So then now, when Inco asked Mirio where Zuku is, he says, as he points to the sewers, as Inco says, okay, good. Okay, as she went down, walked where Zuku was at. Zuku, she always has the memories of Zuku always wanted to be a hero. She always had Zuku's dreams. as when she turned and said Zuku, as he turns around and looks at her, saying, "Do I know you?" As Inco says, "I am Inco Midoriya, your mother." As he says, "It's not ringing a bell." As he looked looked away, as he walks away from her. So then, so Zuku's mother says, because she knows how her son is feeling, like he does not even remember anyone's, as he was like running away. So Inko decides to tell him about his like if you want your memories back, go right ahead. As I'll give him. As he turns, as Zuku turns and looks at her, saying, "No, just keep them, because you aren't, you have them." So as he walks away, like he does not want to be, as Inko, now that she told herself that she needs to bring him back. So she walks up to him and says, "At least come back to the house." As he says, "No, no. The Zuku that you used to know is long dead. Now it's just me, the angry creature." As he looks at his palms, that I don't remember anyone. I don't even remember my own family. As so, the SWAT team are actually a bunch of pro heroes, like Dragon Lady, and so mobilized him. And he fell to sleep. And when he woke up, he had a machine gun point right at his chest. He had 20 of them. So then the guy says, "If you move, you die." As he says, "Huh, your little toy doesn't affect me." As he gets up, as the machine guns basically shot him all the way. As he turns back down before. As then the government decides to ask Inco to go in and try to give Zuku back his memories. If not, hun, her own daughter is not allowed to go back to UA. Basically, like, since after what Zuku did, she's not allowed back into UA unless they find, or no one is allowed to go back on the UA school grounds without finding Zuku. So they found Zuku and ends up she used her give power, the gives back his memories, as Zuku went back to sleep. As and he ends up the next day because he was mostly like human, not like super creature. So basically he didn't kill anybody, so he was like, I hope my mother's okay. Or actually he so they were like, how are you feeling, Zuku? Or should I say Zuku Midoriya? As he says, I'm doing fine. How about you? As he remembers his own parents' names, his sister's name, his friends, and that. So, but now Nezu has invited him into UA because one, UA students like class 1A and 1B were full, like top full. But so Zuku got the spot. So basically, sorry if I have a snot nose. See, no, I'm not sick. It's just so they were like allowed back on. Because the government actually decided to punish Zuku because when he was supposed to not kill all for one, but he did that. So, and without a superhero license, so he got tortured, like basically, or like executed. Guess how many times that he got executed? Well, he got got so many executions, more than any villain in the entire world. That's basically if everyone in the entire world was executed at the exact same time. That's how many times that he got executed. So he basically became. Then he adapted his getting tortured a lot more. As Nezu was trying to stop them from, like, turning Zuku into a mindless creature. But too late, But instead of a mindless creature, he's like, I can't become a hero. I would rather become a villain anyways. As everybody's like, okay. So Inco changed his memory, went from like being a villain to being a hero. So then he joined UA and like Class 1A, and now basically all of that stuff. So his sister, because it's been so long since she called him her brother, she usually calls him Zuku. Like, hey Zuku, what's up? But then one day, or actually, Inco told her to call him your brother. He basically is your brother. As she says, okay. So that's why Inco, or Zoomy was like, hey brother, what's up? As says, nothing much, how about you? So they're like, yeah, okay. So, and Ochako finally got up and walked over to Zuku and kissed him right then and there. As plus All Might walked up to him and says, thank you for saving my life. As he gave one for all to his sister, but he says, that's okay. It's no big deal. As he says, after all, now, hell, you're my new favorite idol. I don't remember what was my original idol, but then, so he ends up getting, like, when he threw the ball, it landed on Mars, or actually on the other side of a world. He got infinity times 10.000,000 times as much. Like, basically, it broke the entire thing. So he did all that stuff by himself. As then, sports festival, he trained himself, or actually he beats him, or beats high scores things, and by himself. Basically, everybody's like, okay, done. I'm bored. So, Bakugo's like, heck yeah. As he, so, he was, like, basically, he did all of that by himself. And he caught up on all of his schoolwork. And because the government, and that's what I'll just say about the My Hero Academia universe, he was gonna turn him into a deadly weapon and release him onto like other countries. But they forfeited, like, no more, or as he ends up, no, he became a pro hero so fast, like 1 full hour. So he became, or actually, when during that All for One fight, he says, call me, or my nickname is Undead and Zuku. You know, as so all of them are like, okay, good. Now he basically he saved Ares before, and then he went and checked on her, and she was doing fine, and she's stable and all that stuff. And so sorry, so his internship was, he doesn't even know. So, like, he was like, okay, I don't know. As it's been so long since of who's gonna be in the internship thing with. As he says, I'm gonna go back to training. As he went back to pull-ups, sit-ups, and all that stuff. And he was the powerhouse. Basically, I'm saying he is basically Endeavor and All Might and everybody in between. Like, basically like that bald guy or from One Punch Man, but with superpowers. But he's always like has stress as about it. as they can tell that he's so stressed. So he's like, okay, ready? As he starts his own internship, like he doesn't even know what his birthday was on. Only people that do know is Inco, and or actually Inco remembers his birthday, and her husband actually, as she like, huh, should we get our son? We haven't been around him a long time. As he says, huh, maybe you're right. As he like during that birthday party or birthday thing like before, they asked him, "What do you want for your birthday?" As he says, I really don't know what that means, but the, the as he says, I'll be mostly training. Okay? I don't need a birthday. As they all look at him like, dude, you need to take a break. You've been working twice as hard since. Dude. Or he says, or actually, they all like say, dude, hold on. The entire classes say, dude, you need to take a break. Go enjoy life, okay? As Zuku says, no. Well, as he, or they know that he's stressed out. So so only people that do know that he's stressed out is Monoma and rest of them. But so Todoroki, or actually one day, he was in his, like he was punching, and he did not, or as he says, I don't need that, and I don't need a birthday, as he's already was stressed enough. So they were like, come on, Zuku, it's your birthday. As he says, I haven't known any of you except for Bakugo, but now I really don't, because he doesn't even know what the birthday is, because one, his memories got stolen before, and so his body wasn't used to it. Like his memory, he doesn't even remember. Like, what is a birthday? Or what is a birthday? And all that stuff. As he, like, walks away. Like, he basically, literally walked away. His own sister is trying to grab his arm and says, come on, other, as he says, no, sister. Answer is still no. As she couldn't believe that her own brother is, or she actually knows, or actually, so she told inco what is going on with her brother. Another as inco. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Inco was like had that same face that she screwed up on her son. Basically, her son, or she, or her. So she says, "I just can't believe I screwed up." As she, like, she couldn't believe that she screwed up on her own son. So she basically, they, so heck, Nezu told told Zuku that if he wants to go train, he has to go to his birthday thing. As he says, no, thank you. As he walks away, like he walks right out of school. As they were trying to make him like go, so he had, or they had all day before. So he like, as he was, or they were pretty not like happy about how Zuku is like not having the birthday. So basically, they, so he basically trained himself to who like because he told himself to not, or if you, he actually said this: if I didn't become a hero, or I will never become a hero, or I want to be, but now, as he was sitting down away, as he like starts training his own body, with such speed, like he's so like enraged that he's trying to keep himself calm. As he tells Inco, or he got a phone call from Inco, as Inco just laid right into him, like, son, or actually not like, son, I know that you are, and now it was night. So he basically went back to the sewers as his own sister. So they like, because everybody's like, well, it's all over. As Zuku's like, he only. So basically, so, well, Inko says, I know that you are training down here, but sometimes you need a break, Zuku. As or actually before his birthday, like way before her, of course, government and told Zuku that he needs to train super hard. No breaks, no birthdays, just do like train a lot. As he told Inco that. As Inco was kind of sad because the government told Zuku, or her brother, or no, told her son to go train without breaks and without that stuff. As he, so then so she walks up to Nezu and tells him what's going on. As Principal Nezu couldn't believe that the government told him to go train without, as Endeavor heard that and walked up to a government and told them that you guys need to relax. And why do you have to let Zuku? He is not your weapon. He is the kid. And as he says, well, Endeavor, he is the weapon. Nothing more, nothing less. He doesn't need people like Inco or he to isolate himself. He's basically like Weapon X, or X-23 was from X-Men Evolution 1. Basically, when they told him that, as every pro hero, actually, they all like looked at him and, or not Endeavor, but the government, and they said, well, you need to stop using him as your weapon. We aren't at war with anybody, so only villains, but they're low tier. So then Inco was, so he trained harder than anyone. His body didn't need rest or anything. So he basically was the already too powerful. So he basically all main or actually so the government and walked up to Zuku and told him to go ahead and have a birthday thing. As he says, no. As because they trained his mind to train harder and harder. So he basically trained his body too much. And as Midnight, he like used her like smoke thing, like sleeping gas, as Zuku fell right to sleep. They know that Zuku, as he trained himself, as he as he went to doctors, and or they took him to a doctor's and ended up doing all that. Now, and Zuku, or he diagnosed him with, or not diagnosed, but he said, well, Zuku won't be living long, as they said, why? His stress level is through the roof, of point of no return. As they said, wait, what do you mean of a point of no return? As the doctor tells them that because his body's been, or he's been using his quirk and his body all at once, and his mind too, so he actually evolved into most powerfulest one. So he looks at the cake that the All Might left before, and it said happy birthday to him, but he says, as he got up, walked away. So All Might came back, or Inco actually, and she couldn't believe that her son didn't even touch the cake. So now but he did grab the green apple from the cafeteria thing and ate it. As he walks back to the training course thing, or back to the sewers, as he was training himself to becoming number one. As Inco decides to alternate his memories to becoming back to his usual self. So he came back as his usual self, like there was nothing happened. As he says, is this for me? As he ate cake, and now, as he was like, he knows that, or they know that he isn't their minds aren't set, or his mind wasn't set correctly. So then the next day he came, he was like, well, no. As All Might and Nezu says, instead of going to, constantly going into a sewer, how about go to the gym where it is? As he says, well, okay. as he they know that Zuku, who is going back, or he's going to like a sewer to train some more, as he trained so harder than anyone that they ever met. So then he was basically, oh, so he basically went from being basically a monster that has to train every single day to being a kid with now friends and family. Because he went from being a kid to being a monster, then to into that. So he was like, okay, have fun. As his favorite idol before his mother took away his memories was as actually All Might. So ain't so? Then All Might Hane told Inco and the rest don't do that ever again. As they know that Zuku won't survive the taking away his memories again. So his sister and him, or actually his sister wants to spend some quality time as a sister and brother kind. So she spends it with him 5 hours of them just doing like bumper cars, hanging out, and all that stuff. So then all of the class 1A students, class 1A students didn't even wanted to be friends with him. And then class 1B, same thing. But they were like, yeah, I agree with. So, as he told Zuku that or this is what she says, I want to be your favorite idol. Or actually, this is what some women don't want to say, because they might say it embarrassed, or makes them embarrassed. Sorry. So she says, I want to date you, big guy. As he was embarrassed. But then, you know what she did? She grabbed his head with just one hand, comes close to her, and she starts kissing him. And, come on. Or she says, come on. As so she knows that he's dangerous. So that's why all that happens. Zuku was basically, so this is like went from being a like totem of undying and shield and sword watch places one to what if Deku got married to flippin' and bunny girl. Oh, but their kid was or actually um basically MT Lady even she decides to go on a date with him too. Oh. So then they had two girls. One had crystals like what he has, and the other was basically bunny ears and has or both of them had like a nine so they can never be killed. So and they can switch places or switch powers. So basically that's why. And I had a series going on called What the Heck series. And it was basically, it's like, what the heck? It's basically, it's a new series. It's like, it's similar to What If, but what the heck is like, what the heck? Eh? The that girl's dating Zuku? Or what the heck? How did he get so powerful? Or what the heck? He is now dating Aries. She's just a kid. Or like all that stuff. It's a new one, so have fun. If you want it, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Comment below of what do you want to see on there. Like what the heck. I could do like what the heck's Endeavor thinking when he made Todoroki. No, not Todoroki. Dobby. He um where is he? Him. Or what the heck? Momo showing too much skin. Or basically all that stuff. It will be started on Monday or Tuesday. Or depends on how I feel. So have fun, don't die, and leave a like, share, subscribe, and hit that little bell, please.